Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. Thanks for having me back today. I'm gonna bring you something a little bit different today. It's basically two ingredients. I got 2 cups of flour, and I've got 3/4 a cup of natural yogurt. This is of puffed sole bread, and we make it. It puffs up and is hollow in the middle. It's a fun bread to make, and I thought you would enjoy watching. So that's what we're going to do today. First of all, I got my bowl, and I'm going to put my 3/4 cups of yogurt into my bowl. Now, to that, I've got 1 teaspoon of salt, and I've got 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now we'll mix this really, really well. I want to make sure that this is really well incorporated in here. This is a fun bread to make because you deep fry it and it actually pops open. So it'd be a fun bread to make for any meal. Okay, after I do that, I'm going to start adding my flour, and I'm going to put my flours in thirds. So I'm going to take and I'll put just a little bit of flour to begin with, and we'll mix that around. And then I'll put a little bit more, and I'll mix that around with. And now I'll put the very last batch in here. And now's the time when I'm going to scrape this off with my finger. Get this off. And I'm going to get my beater out right here. And I'm going to really consolidate this and get this to more of a dough consistency. So I'm going to start just beating this up until I get it into a dough. Okay, now I'm going to actually get in here with my hands, and we'll take and scrape all this, get all this dough off of here, much as possible. I'm going to actually get in here with my hands. Let me get a little bit of flour. I'm going to actually take a little bit of flour and put it on my hands, and I'll actually get in here, and we'll get this all, it's coming together perfectly. I'm actually kneading it while I'm trying to get all the rest of the flour up. You see, I'm actually pushing it into the bowl. I can take it out, and I can actually knead it 5 or 6 times. Okay, then I'll put it in a nice little dish shape, and I'll put it back in my bowl. I'm gonna take this plate, put a top on it, and I'm gonna let it set for 15 minutes. Then I'll be back to you. And we'll get my bowl with my dough in it and pick it up, and it's about like I want it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take it right here. I'm gonna start make it into a circle. I might put a little bit of flour here, not a whole lot, and I'm just going to start rolling this out. What I want to do is I want to get 12 equal pieces out of this. So I want this to be at least 1 foot long. Okay, I've got it rolled out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to eye this, and I'm going to cut it in half. Then I'm going to cut this in half again and cut this in half again, and then I'm going to take, and we'll go 1. Try to get 3 pieces out of each one of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, each one of these, and I'm going to roll them up in a ball. And I'm going to set them aside. Then I'm going to do my next one. All right, I'm going to get all 12 of these done. I'll be back to you. Okay, I've got my last one rounded out. I've got all of them right in front of me here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of them, put a little bit of flour down, a little flour on the top, and we'll press it down. We'll take my rolling pin, and we'll try rolling them out a little bit. Okay, there's another one. Lay it to the side here. Push this down. Put a little flour on top of it. Roll this one out. It's a real stretchy dough, so it has a tendency to want to pop back into shape. This was a smaller ball than the rest of them in the house, so. Okay, there's another one. All right, let me get all these stretched out. And when I get all these stretched out, I'll come back to you to the next step. Okay, I've got them all rolled out, and I've got some very, very hot oil here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of them, and I'm going to lay it here in the oil. Okay, and I want to make sure that this thing is completely covered with oil. You see it's puffing up already. I could put another one in there while that one's going. I'll make sure that this gets you want them nice and golden brown. All right, see how pretty that one's turned out? That's the way I want the other side to look like as well. This one's really puffed up over here. All right, this is brown on both sides. So you can see on both sides it's brown. I've got some paper towels, and I'm gonna let them drain for a few seconds. Pop this one over. And meanwhile I'm doing that, I'm going to throw another one in here. Okay, we'll take this one out, and we'll add another one in there. And I'm going to keep on pushing oil up on it, because that will help it make it puff up in the middle. You see it's how it's puffing up. Grab my other utensil here to help me turn this. All right, while that one's cooking, and put this one in here and start popping some oil up on this one. All right, you can see how it's popping up already on the sides in the middle. And this one's really puffing up. All right, take that one out. Let's flip this one over. He's still rising. All right, let's put another one in here. All right, this one's nice and golden brown. Let's see what he looks like. Okay. Give me about 2 minutes to clean some of this up and I'll be right back with you. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back with you. They're all out of the grease and they've cooled down, and as you can see, they're thick and nice and fluffy. They're just a fun thing to make, okay? I'm gonna pull this one open inside so you can see. You can see that it's completely hollow inside, which is really cool. And you can take this, and I like cherry preserves, so I can take a little bit of cherry preserves and put in the corner of it. Wow, that's good. These would be great for breakfast, to have some sausage gravy on them and some eggs on the side. These are fantastic. I hope you'll try them. It's still something different than I usually bring you. Thank you for your support, for following me on Facebook and subscribing to me on YouTube. You're my backbone, you're my support system, and I appreciate each one of you. You're my family and friends, and I thank you. Take care of yourself, try this. Until next time, this is Jim in Mexico saying, God bless.